Imagine being able to take photographs as your job, traveling the world, meeting people, documenting your journey along the way. This is the kind of life that I always dreamed of living. And now, 7 years into living this life, I still wake up every single day as grateful as ever with the life that I've built for myself. And while you might know me and my content for teaching photography, what you probably didn't see is all of the business success I've had over the years to be able to sustain a lifestyle like this. I am super fortunate to have made millions in revenue from my products. I've worked with almost every Fortune 500 brand I've ever wanted to work with. I built up a fantastic and dedicated audience of you people, well over 500,000 of you. And it's been a lot of work, but I'm also super grateful for all of the success along the way. But now I want to teach that to all of you. I want to teach you all of the methods I used to transform my photography into a thriving, fulfilling, long-lasting creative career and show you how you can do it as well. So today I'm releasing my brand new creative business mentorship called The Creative Leap. And in this video, I want to give you a little overview of what that contains and the steps to take to lead a successful creative business. Now, you can take this video for what it is at face value, and hopefully you get some value out of the steps, but know that this is just a very small, a very tiny fraction of the hours and hours of content and techniques and strategy that I cover in the mentorship over at patk.studio. Now, there are two sides to this mentorship. The first is a 4-phased, self-paced course covering all of the steps that you need to make the leap from passion to profit. And the second is an exclusive private Discord community of like-minded creatives, all trying to make their own leaps and create their own successful creative businesses. More on that at the end of the video. For now, let's go through an overview of how, if you were a photographer, you could take these steps to create a thriving creative business. Phase 1, setting sights. The first phase is setting your sights on what you want and then creating goals. But really what we want is to plan with a concept called lifestyle design. Basically, the idea is that for anything in life, we want life to happen for us, not happen to us. We want the ability of agency in our lives, the feeling of being able to do just about anything and being powerful enough to do it. Lifestyle design is a very intentional way of doing that. The ideas of financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom. These are all things that I've learned the hard way and have been very synergistic with the style of photography that I do, especially as a travel photographer. In addition, over the years, I've seen so many photographers try to go full-time on their own, and they eventually get to the point where, they quit their jobs and they're on their own out there doing stuff, and then they do well for the first few months. However, many of them, after 6 months to a year, come crashing back down to earth. And unfortunately, go back to the work that they were previously doing and slaving away at something they hate. It doesn't have to be like that. And there's a very important concept that I teach called escape velocity, where after you do the math, the path to getting enough traction and momentum to get out and stay out in orbit is actually pretty obvious once you have someone lay things out for you. All it takes is a little bit of clear thinking and a little bit of math and, of course, a whole lot of work and a whole lot of photos. Lifestyle design and math in hand, we can now make goals and then strive towards the next phase. Phase 2, building something of value. Now, I'm of the opinion that if you have the intention to use your photography to make money, then you should build something to make money with in the first place, before doing anything else. Yes, social media and marketing and content and email and ads and all those wonderful things are all important, but they're all for nothing if you don't have anything of value to exchange for money. But the question is, what do you sell? And where other programs and courses like to go down a very particular niche route, like perhaps making digital products as a photographer or being a freelancer and working for brands, I actually think doing both is a fantastic idea. Products, whether digital or physical, are a great way to start to scale your skills and use time as leverage. They're amazing because you can make something once and then sell it many, many times, even while you sleep. Sure, they might take a little bit more time to get set up and running, but once you have multiple product lines, it can be really, really profitable. This is the way that I made the majority of my millions of revenue over the years. Now, the other way is doing services. This way is fantastic because you can get started very quickly using the skills that you already have today. And if you are a people person, well, you're going to be doing a lot of interacting with people. So lucky you, there's some good synergy there. There are many different kinds of services and service styles that you could offer with your photography. And there are a ton of others that do a really good job out there as well. So it's super important to focus on things like market research and competitors, creating a good offer, knowing how to pitch for clients, and then knowing how to search for brands and what good brands to work with. And that leads me to phase 3, making yourself discoverable. Once you've decided on a path to take and you've built something that people will find value because it solves their problem, the next step is to then tell people about it. Modern marketing in today's world is about mastering 3 things: content, ads, and email. Content is king nowadays, and if you're not on social media, you're practically invisible, especially since there's so many photographers out there nowadays. But there is a way to stand out. And I teach all of the techniques that I've built over the years to amass hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers on Instagram and YouTube. Now, there's a method for monetization with content as well, something that I call audience-based monetization. This is just a nicer way of saying influencing, but no one actually wants to hear that word. But it is a very viable monetization path, and it is very achievable to do this path and this path alone if you wanted to. We use content and social media to get the word out about the things that we have to sell, as well as growing an audience to sell to, which is super valuable. This is all organic style audience building, but there's another way too. Number 2, ads. Ads are super powerful because once you have them running well, they're literally like a money machine. Like, you put in $1, and if you're good at content and you're good at ads, it'll spit you out $2. Or $3 or $4 or even more, literally free money. And it's a great way to diversify where your overall income comes from. Organic reach plus paid reach is amazing. Finally, we use email to interact with people throughout the funnel and help them along their journey. Email is such a completely slept on channel, but I love it and I always see a lot of success with it. So I would like to teach you just how transformative it can be. After building something of value and then building an audience to sell to and then finding other ways to get the word out with modern marketing, at some stage, you'll be making enough money to cover your expenses from your previous job or hopefully even more. And I'm talking about making $10,000 a month. $20,000 a month, $50,000, $100,000 a month, and even more. At that point, you're more than ready to ditch the old job and leap into your new career with both feet. But if you're not, perhaps you need a little bit more confidence and a little bit more time. And at this point, it's actually a great idea to learn some other auxiliary skills that can really help your confidence and boost your bottom line at the same time. Things like branding and copywriting and social proof and customer experience and so much more. Things that give you that final, 1 or 2% of finishing touches to your approach, making you more confident than ever. Now, throughout all of the phases, one thing that a lot of creatives miss is having a community. So the Creative Leap comes with an exclusive private Discord community of creatives just like you. Creatives who want to thrive in their creative businesses and who want to have a long career doing the craft that they love. The 4-phased course is great, but I really believe being part of a small, passionate community will be such a game changer for so many people. You can share your experiences with one another, support each other, give and ask for feedback, make friendships for life, and so much more. Of course, I'll be in there every single day helping everyone out with their journey and also being your biggest cheerleader. So all of that is what I'm launching today with the Creative Leap. You can head over to patkay.studio to join us, and I would highly suggest that you act quickly. Because the platform is exclusive, the price has to go up every 100 students because my ability to help everyone becomes more and more diluted the more and more people join. So if you're early, you will get not only the lowest price, but you'll get more of my help. All right. I hope that's super useful for you, and I'm super excited about this new direction, and I hope you are as well. See you in the mentorship.